To get back, Junkins had 91 rushing carries, 91 rushing yards on 23 carries, 18 yards in the air, had over 100 yards, just doing different things. He had a successful Wildcat, but like we said, they'll just get used to running that for some reason, and it's become blatant.
It's poor play calling. Just call it what it is.
It's become blatant now.
Nobody in the league does it, man.
Yeah,
nobody in the league.
So he couldn't even explain. Like I said, I don't know how real the reports are, but people everywhere are like just look, especially with the climax, especially with the climate we're in, like with the gambling.
Yeah,
it was just too blatant and odd. Just like that player that stepped out of bounds in the college level had the clear open touchdown and stepped out of bounds. So the announcers, his player grabbed him and yelled at him. So it's like I'm gonna have to look and see what the end result with that was.
Well, that's just like last week where they were doing the film review of the game and they showing our linemen just blatantly diving, missing blocks purposely, guessing. Because I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they were guessing. Mm-hmm. So if you're guessing on your block, that means you're not even running the play. You're not even doing your assignment. And they showed it. They blew it up, showed it out. And these are some of our best linemen.
And I remember last game, not the last game, but
it was on the fourth down. Matter of fact, it was on the fourth down play.
I remember the game before Posey would always go straight to Stefanski if they had a 4-0. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know if anybody else saw that, but like go watch 2 games ago. Mm-hmm. He would always go to Stefanski after a 4-0.
Yeah, like I said, man, there's a lot of things that don't add up and look right. So you need to get rid of all of them.
I say I don't feel.
I'm be honest.
I don't think Stefanski lives.
I'm be honest.
I don't think he lives anywhere near.
Offensive line, he on the west side. Offensive line, get rid of him. Gone. Mm-hmm. Head coach, of course. I don't know about this Reese guy. I know his hands are tied. He can only do so much. Right. Schwartz, after what I saw defensively yesterday, there wasn't no real adjustment. Because when you're getting gashed like that on the run, and maybe I need to look more how many what the fronts were there more 5-man fronts than the 4-man front? Were they just trying to stick to a 4-man front? I think, which they did. I would have preferred, make adjustments. Like your dog tackle Collins, who obviously was your best run stopper, is not in the game. So it showed. So you need to go to a 5-man front. You need that extra body because they're gashing you. They made Tony Pollard look like a all-pro, bro.
So I'm looking,
and he's a good running back. But come on,
and it looked like he was just ready for that day, and like he saw what they given him, and he like, I'm gonna have a big day. He was ready every time they gave him the ball to just cut and get 20 yards. 20. It looked like he was averaging 23 yards.
How many times did Myles play the tackle position? You know how he likes to jump around sometimes.
That's all I was gonna get to that. Mm-hmm. So you asking how many times did he line up or like stand up?
No, I'm talking about where he was positioned on the line. How many times did you see him play? So once they gash in the middle, did we see Garrett make an adjustment as a player, as a generational player, to let me go over here to where they're trying to gash his?
Well, I was looking at the game, like who is he able to do that?
Yes,
on his own? I don't know what the defensive players can do.
Not like
as far as the play call.
Now, granted, I'm sure it's based on play call, but I'm sure he has some leeway.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was doing a lot, I kept yelling like, "Why is and it looked like when he was going down, he looked like, man, why am I continuing to have to go down? I should be moving around. When he lines up and he do that basketball stuff.
So he wasn't lining up in the tackle position. He wasn't moving around.
I was yelling, stand him up, because the announcer.
Because he was getting triple teamed.
Yeah, the announcer was saying they're running directly at him and chipping him with the tight end and 2 linemen.
Right.
So it's like, the lineman is leaving somebody, so you're not doing
you know how you protect the player that they're trying to single target? Move them opposite, put them inside, bring an extra D in, and
that's what I was saying. Bring in somebody else,
and that's where I said
jam the gap.
I didn't see if there was a true adjustment to the defensive line scheme as far as the front, the defensive line. Did they have more 5-man front because they kept getting gashed? But that right there, you're a seasoned coordinator and former head coach.
Mm-hmm.
The great ones make adjustments. Average coaches, they keep trying to do their system. That's why I talk about system coaches.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is trash. Like, I'm going to respect your system. We're going to line up the way you want. We're going to practice the steps and do all the things. We practice during the week to
and
do.
You know what's crazy?
But once it shows it's no longer valid, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing. That's insanity.
And my thing is, as a person watching as a fan in the stadium that bought tickets, we're not gonna know what all you prepared for that day. So if you say, "Oh, I had this going right, this is my package. Let's keep running it," but they jamming it right back our throats, and then you start pulling some stuff from Denver. We practiced it, but I don't like using it. It ain't in my package. But you start putting it in, and then we pull out a win.
But look,
we wouldn't know if you pulled it from Kingdom Come.
I get what you're saying, but let me tell you something. Systems don't mean nothing, bro. They don't.
Right.
The system is to put you in a better position to succeed, whether you're on offense or defense. Once that system isn't working, now this is where if I'm a coach, I need you to be a football player. Scratch the system. Mm-hmm. Are you recognizing what they're doing? If you're recognizing what they're doing, go to the ball. Or from an offense standpoint, like Tennessee didn't do nothing special, man. They saw they could run on us, so what did they keep doing? Mm-hmm. Running on us.
Yep.
Good coaching is keep doing it until they what? Stop it. That's good coaching.
I know for a fact they're gonna come out at halftime and have Garrett moving all over because they call a play and go and line up. He got to call an audible.
I hate when
they line up and see Garrett jumping around and doing dance moves. He's gonna be like, "Where am I gonna go?" Right. You going penalty.
And that's where I have problems with a lot of coaches. Like they'll show a play that gets some great success and won't come back to it. I hate that. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, you saw that play to keep going until they can stop it. Then you go on to your next play. But this is where ego comes in. I gotta show you I'm a genius at this. I'm playing so many levels ahead of my opponent. Man, just keep it simple, man.
And that's like playing Madden. Like, you just keep running the same pass to Randy Moss. Stop it. You know I'm about to do it.
Until you can stop it.
You boring.
No, I'm not.
Like, I'm saying the kids.
But no, I get it.
Like, you boring. Mm-hmm. I ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
Like, go outside then. Until you can figure out how to stop Randy Moss. So, yeah, but yeah, shout out to them, man. They made it interesting. They showing that they hungry, even if they know the season is cooked.
It's a travesty, dog. It's a travesty, man. What we're watching, man, is disrespectful.
But we here on Earth Sport. Go get a Ted Ginn Senior or someone equivalent to him. Like,
it's going to
a leader of men that knows football.
I'm gonna be honest,
a true winner. His resume.
I'm gonna be honest. Coach Ginn's up there in age. Mm-hmm. I want my coach to grow with my team. So I'm not saying I have a problem with an older coach, but I don't want retreads. I want somebody new. I want, like, this is how you go about your coaching search. You look at the successful teams, not just this year, the teams that have been successful probably say the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. And you look at their coaching staff. And you look at each individual coach and what they do. So if they're the offensive coordinator, where does their offense have ranked in the last 5 years? If it's a defensive coordinator coach, where does their defense rank in the last 5 years? If it's a position coach, how is that position producing for that team? This is how you determine the level of coaching that you're looking at. Are they good at their job? And are they having a true hand, like their hands and their coaching ability is the reason for the success of what they're doing with these players? Because what happened with Kevin Stefanski, he just took over an offense that he learned under. Doesn't mean he's a great coach, because if he was a great coach, he would have added his own twist. He would have added his own touch to it. And he never did that. He's just running the same offense.
Oh, shout out to all of the North Ohio teams that went for state championships this past weekend. Uh, just to name a few, we had Shelby versus Glenville. Glenville pulled out another one, third in 4 years, they said.
Yeah.
So, Avon, just to name a few. We just want to say congratulations to you guys and continued success moving forward.
I think it's a team in Canton, St. Henry, also Kirtland,
Yep.
and a team in Toledo. I think that we saw one. So all the northern, northwest, northeast. Salute to all the high school programs. Well done.
It was a lot of teams that, just from living up here, we hear them and we know who they were. So it was a lot this year just representing, having some good seasons. And Avon was one of those schools that we always heard, in Glenville as well. So,
and that's what we here for. We talk about the talent. There's so much talent that's up here that I'm talking about the kids that don't get recognized. Like, it's a lot of talent, and there always has been talent over the generations. It hasn't changed. The kids are a little bit smaller, in my opinion, compared to my generation. But that's just my point of view. But it's still good ball being played. I'm not going to take nothing away from these kids. They play ball. They show the heart, same drive. Especially the ones, you could tell the ones that's truly dedicated by their success.
Yeah.
That's how you know a kid is working. Because through hard work comes success. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe in. It's stated out there. It's shown time and time again. It takes hard work, dedication, and discipline to have success like that.
So, yeah, congrats to you guys.
Congrats.
We would just wanted to touch on something with the Cavs. They, we both like the Cavs and what they have put together over the last couple of years.
Man, we strictly hometown, bro. Cleveland, so, man. It don't matter. We rep it.
And the NBA like we always at the top, season in, season out, as far as like a good record. And you watch our team, we play good ball. Good team ball. You don't hear no trouble coming out of our camp. That's always been the thing with Cleveland. They hire the decent guys of the league, and people that exit us, like Bickerstaff, just different people that might come here. It's always been like we don't have that dog mentality, too soft. That's tied into the people that they bring in and draft. They draft good guys, I think, because I don't know if the head office is afraid of them
this is the thing,
wilding out or what.
It's no different than the fear they have over this young man we just talked about in Shador. They are scared of that light being on them. Like, I want people to come here, one, that embrace my city. If you can embrace my city, then you can understand the people that are rooting for you to have success as a professional athlete in this city.
Yeah.
We want you to succeed because you repping our city. And to rep our city, you got to know what the people are about. Not just the cliche saying, "Oh, they're hardworking, blue collar." Man,
they told you that on your.
We're more than that. Yeah. We're more than that. We get down with the best of them.
Yeah.
When called for.
I wish I could see, like, not to say, and why people, not to say anybody would harm a player or anybody. Like, man, I would love to see a player stuck behind a lady in traffic and see it's a lady and she crying and just get out and help her. Like, hey, y'all, come over here, y'all. Oh, that's Evan Mobley.
But
that's Evan Mobley.
But do you know what? That's happened. Like, players are in the community. It don't always get tough out. Now, to what degree?
I know they have to wait for their safety.
It's not, but it's not. But it's not even that, Mike.
I see people at the grocery store.
Look, our city has crime, like all cities. It can be a very violent, murderous city. I'm not acting like I don't understand that. At the same time, there's still good people in the community. Pretty much everybody's law abiding. And in that,
and most of the time you looking for that.
but this is the thing.
You in that world.
As an athlete, I would be looking to go to the mom and pop restaurants, the different whatever you're in. If you're in a healthy eating, I'm trying to find the local scene. I ain't talking about the franchises or big name. We're talking about the people that have the entrepreneurial spirit. Those are who you should be investing in, because these are going to be the same ones that coming out of that community that's investing in you by going to your game, buying your jerseys. Their kids looking up to you, going trying to figure out, do they hold a camp, spending money, or trying to figure out how they can partake in
They don't
your
realize how much
success.
what they will call the lesser man and lesser woman in Cleveland, like they buying everybody in the family.
It's not lesser. We will
What
give the title that we need to give them is the average person.
Right. So they might go to one game a year.
Yeah.
But they're buying jerseys. They're buying those bobblehead things in the Walmart. They're doing anything they can to support the team within their budget, and sometimes go out of their budget. But like, they're the ones doing the gardening with the Cavaliers shirt from TJ Maxx. And it's like all that money comes back to the team, and it's like you may get those fickle season ticket holders that's doing it to show out for work and never buy a jersey, never support the team, never buy a hot dog.
So what we're talking about right now, I'm gonna highlight one particular player that has gotten a bad rep. That is one thing Kyrie Irving did do.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the community. He just didn't broadcast it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? He did things on the and the fact and listen, the fact that he still comes back here for some of the programs to invest his time because he had made a connection, and continued that relationship. That's that's realness at its finest. That's a real person that respects relationships, and doesn't feel the need to totally discontinue himself away from the community. So if I'm a current athlete, professional, man, there's no way a former athlete should still have roots and putting investing his time, and you ain't.
And you trying to say this is my city, and you don't.
But it's not. But I'm just saying, like, he's setting an example.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're here,
you have to do.
You should be doing more, and that's the point I make. But I'm not telling nobody. I'm not pocket watching. I'm not telling nobody how to. You don't have to spend money and invest your time. Your presence is hope enough for the younger generation where they can see you in the flesh and they can ask you questions. What did it take? Because we could tell them what it takes, but to hear from the actual athlete himself, it could be life changing. And it could be life changing.
It got to be real. You can't be cookie cutter with no Cleveland kid.
And it's not even about sports. The stuff that we're talking about are things you're going to need in everyday life. And whatever you do, whether it's working 9 to 5, to be your own entrepreneur, to be an entrepreneur, to be an investor, to be an inventor, whatever it is you choose to be.
Because you know a Cleveland kid, they'll be like, "What's up?" Let's say Donovan. Let's just use Donovan. What's up, Donovan? Hey man, what it take to get to where you at, man? Like being your height, man. Just everybody doubting you, man. Man, you see how short I am, man. Like, come on, man, give me something. Hard work and dedication, young man. You want an autograph? The Cleveland kid go like, man, you got to be kidding me, man. I need some truth. I need some something. Man.
No, the average Cleveland kid know what they're gonna say. All right, appreciate you. And keep it moving. We don't.
But I'm just saying.
There's no emotion.
At them like,
in their mind, yeah, they're gonna be. But at the same time,
I'm just saying that.
And we're not saying another thing. We're not saying Donovan does that.
Oh no, I was just using him
as an example.
A kid, somebody that you aspire to because look at where he at.
I got you.
And his height, and it's just he had doubt.
And that's another thing. Donovan's not short, bro. He's short. He's short. Basketball standard wise, about my height. 6'4"? About my height, 6'3", 6'4". Oh. He's not even 6'5".
I don't even know what they call short.
He's not even 6'5".
For
real?
Yeah. Who's shorter than him in the NBA? Like,
whoever's
Gabriel.
Whoever's under 6 feet.
What about Gabriel?
I don't know. I don't keep up with the league like that, man.
Oh, well, he with the Lakers.
I don't keep up with the league.
I'm just looking at these what they would call little guys, the Muggsy Bogues.
Look, this is where I'm at in my fandom of sports. I only pay attention to our teams.
Okay.
Now, when our teams is trash, like There was a point when our teams were trash. I would watch other teams. As I get older, I'm so disgusted in what I had to watch here. I don't even. It makes me not even want to watch the sport.
Mm-hmm.
If you get what I'm saying, like especially with the football, because we're a football state. We breed football players. So for us to watch day in, day out, every Sunday, the
Mm-hmm.
trash we had to watch. And what I mean by trash, like yo, I remember teams that we had that weren't talented, but they played hard
Right.
and they battled. They played, and you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about like with the DeQuell Jackson era defensive led team, and we had to endure these horrible drafts. They kept picking players that were opposite of the schemes that we
Yeah.
ran. Like it was like almost. I'm gonna be honest. Since they came back in '99, I felt like we are owned, truly owned by the NFL. Like they decide who runs our organization, who's the next coach. Like as a joke to us. I'm talking about on that
Like just be
conspiracy
grateful
level.
y'all got a team type
On
shit.
that conspiracy level type, I've always felt that way. Like we are the whooping boy of the NFL,
Yeah. Okay.
and nobody could tell me different.
And,
But
and also you could look at that. What you saying is like, hey, the NFL, it's a man. We talking about a odds game here. We talking about betting. We talking about all these
it's
different
all
things.
that, man. It's
So
all that.
you need those like the Harlem Globetrotters.
It's all that, man.
You need those. What's the team? The Admirals that
You
they
talking
play.
about? Oh, my bad.
The
The
Generals.
generals,
The Generals.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you need. It's like the Browns are the
But
Generals.
that's
What you're
scripted.
saying.
But that's scripted.
Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, some of our
Now,
games
listen to
almost
what I just said. We talking about the Globetrotters. You know, a lot of that was
when they go,
scripted.
oh.
So once again, is that fulfilling what we've seen in professional sports? Everybody has always said it was scripted. Mm-hmm. None of it's real, and you can't tell a person that's participating in that sport that. But we're talking about the upper echelon where you have all this money being made, passed around. Like I even look at like, will I ever see the Browns win a Super Bowl in my lifetime?
Could the top people bet on games?
What you mean?
Could Roger Goodell bet on games?
Sure.
How is that?
How is it possible that
How could he put $100,000 on a game?
Are you saying is he doing it under his name? No, he's not going to do it under his name.
Right. I'm just saying, like, because
he could have
even the people that
he could have somebody. He could have somebody.
What about people in his running circle?
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not about to lose $1 million. I put $1 million on the Browns.
Hey, fam, listen to what I'm saying. He could have somebody that's so obscure in his life. Mm-hmm. Nobody. Oh yeah. Doesn't even pay. Could be placing
homeless man outside his building.
But that's what they're saying with the players. Like, and a lot of stuff with that is more about the odds. See, that's the thing. That's why the odds. Those that bet, they pay attention to the odds, and they can tell you. They know the numbers. Like I know nothing about it. I haven't never really invested in that stuff because I don't. It's hard enough to hold on to the money that I earn for me to. And everybody say you don't know, you can't win if you don't play. I get all that, but I know what better they look at odds, and I know when them numbers start to, and I be listening to people talk, they will even say, now they so blameless, they like the fix is in.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's got so complex. It's like, come on, I don't get it. I can't do it.
But that just shows you how much bread is being spent.
I'm a simple person. I was at my last job I had. We would do the local pick 'em. Mm-hmm. So it's like you just picking the winner of each team. Not all this like, is he gonna score 35 yards and 2 touchdowns and a sprained ankle? Like it was Tampa versus the Patriots. Who gonna win? Patriots. Whoever had the best sheet with a tiebreaker, score a tiebreaker. Hey, I used to love those, so I might do one. I might do one through the channel as like a friend.
We done job things like that where I know when I worked at GM they had those pools where you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna do one without money for the channel because I found the fun aspect of it. I would make a sheet with my mom. I would make a sheet with my wife. Right. So it's like the little nieces.
Right, right.
Like pick the man, you might the nieces just picking off of the colors of the jersey.
Right, right.
So it's like I like
Make it family oriented.
make it fun, and it's like maybe we'll do that for the channel.
But now back to what we were saying
shirts.
with the whole gambling thing. I actually know people that use this gambling as
Source of income.
what we always talk about streams of income, sources, different streams or different sources of income coming in where they use, it's one of their streams of income. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say mastered, but they understand the odds. They understand. But this is where they get to talk about is rigged because they just know they got it set. And then when it don't go their way, that's the first time I hear, man, this ain't rigged.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, I don't know how y'all do it because to me, it's like it's throwing money away. You know what I mean? I might do the numbers thing because sometimes numbers come to me. I do that every once in a while, even with the scratch off. Some tell me get a scratch off. I think the most I've gotten is 50. I ain't never won. I know people around me though.
They win 250 all the time.
No. I got cohorts talking about thousands.
And they hit all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Look. And I'm working at the same job with you and struggling. But it's not me. I'm not saying like I'm envious or anything. I'm be trying to understand like how do you have this success? And then like me, they like I get these numbers and I get this feeling.
Yeah.
And they roll with it.
You might see something multiple times. Like you might see something multiple times and you be like, let me just do it. I got a couple dollars. I feel good today. Let me just play. Yeah, I do that. But the speaking of odds, is picking up a little more. Like what we talked about the NIL. And I'm sure as it creeps up a little more, like I said, I'm going to do a full read episode and find out the full details laid out by the Ohio Association or how they want NILs to be handed out or distributed. Because you got two levels, I think. You got NILs where cities are involved or whole organizations are.
They're going to base teams. I think a lot of it's going to be based on region. Then just specific cities is going to be regional. There's going to be a set base. There's going to be certain qualifying levels of amounts that these young men and young ladies could have the opportunity to receive. We shall see. We shall see how it's going to affect.
Like certain stipulations, GPAs.
I mean, it's going to be
community service.
It's going to be a lot of things. We got to understand that's been going on in the country for now, I think, these high schools been like this 5-10 years now, especially down south, West Coast. They've been.
It's just made it to Ohio.
Right. We're late to the game. You know what I'm saying? So we're experiencing the whole shock of the situation being a reality in our state.
Yeah. Because it was just talked about.
Right. And for us not to get off subject, to go back to the Cavs, I hope everybody's paying attention to what they're seeing with the team. I hope everybody's realizing we're dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand a lot of they rushed Darius Garland.
Because I was going to say,
he shouldn't. For
they
what
play in the end season.
My thing is this:
that puts a lot on them to win that.
No, look, I'm talking about. He had surgery. There is no need to have him on the court until he is fully ready, healed and adjusted to his surgery. Whatever his surgery was to his foot. Then having him be out there and then guy be off and on. Another thing that I don't know if anybody's paying attention. There's going to be a trade, I believe, that's going to happen. And that's why I wanted to come make sure we talked about this more in depth. I believe that Jared Allen might be up to be traded. When he first got here, he was holding it down. He protected the rim. But as the years have gone, like you could tell he's wearing down his body, his explosiveness as far as tagging the rim. Because When you see
he was aggressive.
When you see a certain level start decline beginning of the season, you just started. You should be fresh.
Because he was injured before, right? And
he's injured now.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be traded. I think that they're sitting him down, shutting him down. A couple of players that I've saw. I shouldn't say players, but organizations I can see the Cleveland dealing with Sabonis in Sacramento.
Okay.
He would be a great candidate.
Attitude.
Be a great candidate. I've seen the other trade.
Is he up for
the other trade?
You think he's up, or have they said anything like that?
Well,
I mean, the Kings ain't going nowhere right now.
Well, it's been talked about early on in the year. Another one that I've seen that I actually saw last year. Like people just want instant gratification, success, instead of appreciating that you got good young talent. So the thing with Evan Mobley, they have to understand he's a generational talent, and what I mean by that, he's he's a true basketball player. He plays defense and he can get you some offense. His offense is just going to continue to grow and grow. Anybody that watches the game, whether it's college or professional, especially on professional level, the greats, they started at a certain level when they came into the league.
Mm-hmm.
And each year they kept adding something. And you will see improvement. Sometimes there'll be a little drop off, middle of the career, and then they'll keep going on their trajectory, improving. Instead of the opinionators, the people that cover the team, I shouldn't call them opinionators. That's funny. Let's just sit back and watch him develop. He's only 20, 21.
Oh yeah,
young. So the point I was making about him being put in the trade news was, and they said this last year, him for Giannis. And yeah, man, I could see that if Milwaukee just wanted to do it straight up for Giannis, yeah. But this is
they know he's leaving. But this is trying to get something.
But this is the thing about that, and the reason I'm bringing this up. I don't know what it's going to be, but Evan's not soft at all. He's just very skilled. He can do a lot of things on that court. He has to fully make up in his mind, I am the best player in the league. Not one of. See, that's the only way the dog's going to come out. It's not just being considered with the group.
I think what it takes,
you got to have the mentality, I am the best throughout the whole league. Yeah. That's why Kevin Durant is who he is. That's why Kyrie Irving, and I'm naming people that are skilled and they know they can't be stopped. You get what I'm saying?
And I feel like what you're saying is what I had in my mind about. It's like he's just so mellow. People forget him.
He's young.
If he was to make it to the NBA,
and that's why I said he's not. Game. Listen to me. He's not soft. I've been hearing that a lot about him. That he's so. No, he's not soft. He is laid back. He's a team player.
Right.
He understands the skill sets. But now you're at the professional range. So why are you doing this? Are you doing this to be considered one of the best at the end of the day? Like, what is your reasoning? Are you just playing ball because you
I want to be the best or the best teammate?
That's why Donovan is able to do it, because he thinks he's one of the best right now. You gotta have an ego
on the court too. On the court.
You have to have an ego. Period. Yeah. And what I mean
if you could shut it off after the game.
And this is another thing. What I mean by ego is about your belief in yourself. To say you have an ego is not a bad thing. There's one thing to have an ego and you treat people like trash.
Right.
But there's another to say, I'm one of the best. And you put in the work to show that, to go display that, and to be consistent in displaying that.
Everybody in the Hall of Fame had an ego.
Anybody.
Every single person that made it.
Listen, it's not even.
Shannon Sharp to Shaquille O'Neal.
It's not even about sports. anybody that has invented anything, anybody that has ran a business, everybody has an ego, man.
Pastors.
Everybody has an ego. The average person has an ego because in his world, what he does or she does in their world, day in day out, they think they're good at it.
I make
so that
the best cakes.
They're either a parent, so they think they one of the best parents because nobody wants to think bad of their child. They want to think they're doing the best, right? So everybody has ego.
Yep.
You know, and like I said, once Evan decides, yo, I'm not mad,
and that's what I was saying.
That's when you're going to see that leap.
I know they have him featured in the All-Star.
Oh yeah, he touches the ball all the
All-Star
time.
weekend.
But this is my thing.
But I want him to show out, and where the other players, you know, those games where they like, dang, give him the ball.
So this is another. So this is another thing. This is what made the era of where I watched the game, the '80s and '90s. Mm-hmm. Them players wanted to dominate. Didn't matter who you were, what your set. The ones that stood out, their mindset was domination. When Jordan came, this is why I love Jordan. I tell everybody I'm not really a Jordan fan because I had my brother, that was his boy. I didn't want to see him. I always looked at Jordan from a different lens than probably everybody else. I respected Jordan on how hard he went, game in and game out. I never seen him not give he could have bad nights. Mm-hmm. But the level of play, it wasn't nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm talking about team like, now, they're a boring team. Now, slack tonight.
Now understand what I'm saying. I've watched all the greats of that era, all of that era. But him, it's just different. Like he came in with a different, and that's what inspired me about watching Jordan. And his number one mindset was, I'm going to crush you. That's why it took me a long time to appreciate Kobe. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about the backstories of Kobe, the way his work ethic, how he trained one, and it took his death, his passing, because I wasn't really into Kobe like that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And for me to love the game the way I did, you know, I just felt like that was my opinion. Just like I'm not the only one that felt that way. But then when you realize he worked at the level he worked at, now I understand him. Now I know why he played the way he did, and he deserved to do what he did. You dig what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand how, like, he didn't waste a moment of his being on this earth. He gave everything, and that's why he was able to achieve what he achieved. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this like from a fan standpoint because I don't believe in idol worship. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about facts and reality.
Oh yeah.
These players put in so much work into their craft. So when people make these comments saying, "Oh, they're this and that," and that's where these are people that have never participated, competed. Just keep it about the game. When y'all start assassinating people's characters, like you know them, nah, man. Like, now I understand sometimes people be in the spotlight so much they can't help but show their personality or their traits. Where you looking at like, you saw,
or you don't deserve the spotlight. Like, you done had it too long and we never noticed you had it.
I don't want to talk about people but I just observe a lot of things I just don't respect, like controlling your nerve. Man, let it play out. If you put in the work, let it all lay where it lay. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they have the power to control things like that on that level is mind-boggling. That just tells you, once again, we just talked about, is it rigged? Is there a script already written? But yeah, man, I just wanted to mention that about the Cavs right now and their struggles. They're dealing with injuries. Got a lot of new players. That's another thing. But I'm liking the draft pick. The one thing I gotta say, we gotta give props to the Cavs organization, the upper management, the draft picks that they've had. Man, we have a good organization,
and I think that stems from working over the past few years.
We have a good organization.
They take their time and pick those perfect pieces instead of panic.
Man, we got some good play. Proctor, Tyson stepping up, second year. They ain't no like. This is what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
These are dogs.
You see this trade coming over the hill.
Hmm.
Like,
it could be a possibility.
You said you're okay with Giannis, but you know
No, I don't want that. And that
You
and
said if it
I didn't
happened,
yes, of course you want that. But I'm gonna be real. I want Evan. I want to finish off Evan. I want him to stay here.
Right.
He's a generational talent. He's a generational talent, man. Okay. Yeah. Now back to what you were gonna say as far as possible trade. They've been trying to get rid of Darius. I just love Darius' game, but he's they put what the people like to do when you get hurt, call him fragile. He's not fragile. It's a big man game. That's why I was telling you about Donovan's height. It's a big man's game now. Like truly, your guards are sits and above now.
And if you look at Donovan, he got some weight on him.
It's just a fact of the league.
Yeah, he got a little weight.
So if you're under 6'6", you're considered a smaller player. So when you're competing in a big man's game, that's why people need to respect Isaiah.
Yeah.
And what he accomplished. Allen Iverson. He
was small. Like
no, Isaiah was not like, nice size. He was like strong, but like AI, wiry. You know what I'm saying?
You see their jersey just baggy all over, like it's just like dang.
But I just look by weight. Yeah. You could tell the size difference by just looking at them. And that's another thing. Like I know a lot of people don't understand how big these athletes are. I was blessed to go against 7-footers in high school. I know what that looks like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How big that is. You get what I'm saying? So
even standing next to a 6'5", 6'6", 6'8". There's a
difference.
Person, you like, man,
there's a difference, bro. Yeah. So for me, everybody thinks I'm tall. I understand. Like, no, I'm not really that tall. I guess I'm taller than the average man.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But there's bigger human beings than me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I just want people to be patient. The point of it all, let us be patient. And then we're not talking about how good Lonzo Ball is, but we gotta realize his body's breaking down. It is what it is. That's why Chicago was willing to make the trade. His body's breaking down. But you can't.
For what he got.
But his skill set is top notch. Yeah. And it's going to be a difference maker.
Like, we're going to keep looking at the Cavs because I know you feel, but we both was like feeling that they like right there and really don't need any major upgrades. But like we do need more height. I'm gonna be honest. We need more height. We need more height. We need more height. I know for a fact something's coming. You just feel it.
Larry Nance, he hurt.
Yeah, like you just.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's early on in the season. I'd rather it happen now. Now this is my thing. Let this be the season of our injuries. Let this be the part of the season that we're experiencing all the injuries, and we're able to just maintain from here on out. But we don't know. That's why we watch. We want to see what the new season brings each year. So
we'll look at the big men of the league that's going to be coming available. You said we need more height. So
what I mean
packages we can.
What I mean by height, we need more height, but a dog. We just need some dog.
Like we need some type of.
We just need some
power forward dog that's going to bring the energy into the locker room.
We just need I need that energy on the court.
Hopefully he infectious to, pass. He got to be a certain player.
That's why I said John
like Allen went and spread it all.
When he first started, he was protecting that rim, and with the addition of Mobley, like they was a formidable force. But so once teams started putting that body on him, being physical, doing little cheap shots. I'm watching the cheap shots. There's no retaliation. Yeah. There's no reaction. So once you do that. You barbecue. What Shaq like to say? Barbecue chicken. I ain't gonna cut. Yeah, you're trash. Like, you might as well just go and chalk it up. You might as well go and chalk it.
Like you.
Looking
at the refs.
Hey, we're gonna do you dirty out there.
You gotta get your lick back down on the.
And that's why we haven't had success in the playoffs. That's been the formula against the Cavs. Just be physical. They gonna eventually gonna break.
Like I thought they knew that. Playoff basketball is different.
My thing is this: how can you walk around where teams don't respect you because they feel in the end you just gonna fold? You soft.
So we're gonna be paying attention to some moves that
we should see.
Like I said, anybody with a student inboxes our sparktv@gmail.com. We would like to get the schedules of games so we can know where to go and throughout the week and weekend. But as always, thank you for subscribing and checking us out.
Please hit the like button.
Yeah.
And leave comments. We love to hear your opinions. We could possibly next time use some of the opinions that's put out there for a topic and
Yeah.
give you recognition.
Questions,
Right.
a Q&A type of vibe. So y'all leave them down below. Subscribe, hit the like, and tune in next time. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.